Okay, let's have a serious discussion. Always have to have a sense of humor. You know, life's short, gotta laugh. Um, these two things are absolutely tied together. Let's talk about the notion, the absolute BS notion, of it being a bad idea to put full frame lenses on a DX crop sensor camera like this D500 or any crop sensor camera. But let's first start that by saying one thing. And it's not good to be a hater, okay? You know, life's short, you shouldn't be a hater. This is true. What is also true, there's one thing that really, I mean, it makes me mad as hell. It makes me want to spit blood and rip someone's head off, not literally. I mean, it just chaps my ass. I mean, it burns my ass into the dirt. It makes me fuming mad like an insane, rabid mad dog. Is, you know how there used to be a movement, it still is a movement. They used to even sell t-shirts. I think the t-shirt says like snitches get stitches. Say some little kid sees a murder or something like that. You know, some dude brutally murders somebody and he runs to the police and, you know, they catch the murderer. There is a mental defect, a perverted social insanity that says that, you know, you should never, you know, say the truth about anything. You should just let things be. You know, just be, you know, let it happen. Like if you see someone, you know, rape or murder somebody, you know, you should keep your mouth shut. And man, I hate crap like that. I mean, people that it's, you know, well, how's the best way to say this? When people actually get upset, when you tell the truth and say, listen, there's this dude, I know who he is and where he lives. He like murdered somebody, or he broke into a house and he did that. When people get mad at someone that tells the truth about something, that is really what burns my ass. It's like, so let me ask you a question, not meaning you. You're actually mad at the person that told the truth and like said someone murdered something or stole something. So you're actually mad at that person rather than the person that actually committed a crime. I mean, are you actually true definition retarded? I mean, are you insane? Are you stupid? Did you have a lobotomy where you dropped on your head as a child? Stuff like that actually pisses me off. I actually find some of the best sources of material by some of the stupidest things that are said. Sometimes I don't even think of something on a video. It's like, it's just common sense. Common sense is not that common. Where I'll see something, someone will usually link it to me because I don't watch other photography channels. Like, this doesn't sound right, and I'll go watch the video that they're talking about. Like, damn, you know, that's not only bad, it's stupid and it's wrong. And you shouldn't attack the person for saying that. It's like no one has, well, maybe some people do. They have like a deceitful means of like misleading you with just totally incorrect information. But you should point that out. And there are a few people that watch my crazy videos, and they're meant to be helpful. I mean, they're not meant to be crazy. And a very, very small percentage, I mean, I don't know what it is, it's very tiny, they get actually ticked at me for pointing out, I mean, I'll go down the list. It's like, so this was said, and this is just absolutely wrong. I mean, here's the reasons why. Boom, boom, boom. I mean, there's no opinion on the matter. There's no discussion. You know, here's the facts, and this is why that is wrong. Not my opinion, feeling, belief. These people get pissed, and I ask them, and once in a while they email me, and I was like, let me ask you a damn question. You know, so who are you upset at? Me for telling the truth and pointing out inaccuracies, or the person? You know, you make no mention of the person that said this stupid crap to begin with. You know, I don't say it, but I want to. So I was like, I want to say, you know, what the hell is wrong with you? You know, it's ridiculous. People like that are very confusing. I never want to know people like that. I'm a hardcore truth seeker, and someone, you know, should say the truth. And you know, it's like, who's at fault? Someone who actually says something, or the person that corrects it? And the person that will come out of the crowd and they'll like point the finger at the person that's correcting the errors is like, you know, you're just a hater. You just shouldn't. It's like, well, what the hell is wrong with you? Literally, what the hell is wrong with you? And that leads into this point, and let's discuss like very, very quickly here the notion. I've got some perfect examples right here. Not this particular lens, which is a DX lens, a 17 to 55. Which is a mid-range lens, which is meant to be the mimic of the full-frame 24 to 70. However, it has a slightly different range, but it's meant to be the mimic of that. These are full-frame lenses like the the 200 to 500 millimeter Nikkor, which is just amazing. The 58 millimeter Voigtlander is the full frame lens. There is some insane, and people keep hitting me up with this. I keep hearing that, you shouldn't stick a full frame lens on a DX crop sensor. There's like a few sources for this. There's not many, but there's a few sources, and some of them are really popular sources. And I don't care about the source. Forget about that. The point is that not only is that insane, absurd, quackadoodle nonsense, these are perfect examples, and there are many examples where, these lenses are better on a DX crop sensor camera than they are on the full frame cameras that they are designed to work for. This particular lens, if you actually look up the Flickr page for it, you'll see that most of the shots are people that are using them on DX crop sensor bodies. And anytime you see somebody that says, well, you shouldn't use a full frame lens on a DX crop sensor body, let them know where they're mistaken and why they're mistaken. Why would that be the case with this lens, for example? Some people actually refer to this as longer reach, because the equivalent on this in crop at 500 millimeters is 750 millimeters. That doesn't mean the lens is reaching out 750 millimeters like a true, which there isn't one, 750 millimeter lens, or say 800, which does exist. What it means is that it's cropped down to the equivalent of that. This lens shoots the same light out of its butt, its hind end right back here, whether it's on a full frame body or a DX crop sensor body. The important point is that every full frame lens, when it drops the light out of its little fanny, is brighter at the center than it is at the periphery, no matter how good the lens is. Which means the DX crop sensor is taking the very best part of that circle of projection. A crop is a crop is a crop, and is only a damn crop. Secondly, pixel pitch, like this 20.8 megapixel sensor camera on the Nikon D500, if it were scaled up, would be a 47 megapixel full frame camera with the same pixel pitch. And people like bird shooters and wildlife shooters and the like, they are using this lens, not exclusively, but, well over 80% on DX crop sensor bodies. So this is a perfect example of this lens is actually better on a DX crop sensor body. Well, I thought you said it shoots the same light out the back end. It does, but there is more information captured per millimeter of the composition that you shot. Say it's a bird, I don't know, a deer, I don't know what it is, a naked chick in a window across the street. Whatever it is, for cropping the hell out of it and printing it, there's more information there. Assuming you have correct exposure, of course. So, perfect example. This lens is better on a DX crop sensor, and especially since it's not a lens you're packing around. It's for bird shooting, sports, action, wildlife, other things like that. This lens is better on a DX crop. Well, it's a full frame lens. Yeah, but this lens is far better suited on a DX crop sensor body, and I just told you why. Another perfect example for one of the best, the best value lens ever. The Voigtlander 58mm Nocton, f1.4. This lens and equivalent is basically an 85mm portrait lens. It's f1.4. Well, this is a full frame lens. Yes, but the DX crop equivalent on this, if you stick it on here, is basically an 85mm. Not only is the color saturation, the bokeh on this lens absolutely the tits, I mean, it's an incredible lens. This lens on a full frame camera, even though this is a full frame lens, is like, the pictures are beautiful. But you can crop it out on a full frame too, but you got less information because of the pixel pitch. But this lens, as it sits, as far as the field of view that it has on a full frame, is like meh. Now the image quality is spectacular regardless of what camera it's on, but this lens, this full frame lens, is better on a DX crop sensor body because it is the perfect portrait equivalent, not only in focal length, but also this lens is absolute. This lens isn't pure gold, it's pure platinum. It's pure plutonium. Let's talk about something that's really valuable. Forget platinum, let's call it pure plutonium. Which, of course, is not for sale, but you could imagine if plutonium were for sale. Well, actually, it is for sale in Russia. It'd be worth a lot more than platinum is per ounce. So, yeah, anytime you see this stuff of full-frame lenses shouldn't be used on, that is just, leprechauns, unicorns, leprechauns, unicorns, and it's just twaddle. It's just BS and nonsense. And the people that espouse this stuff, they're crazy. They haven't done their research. I'm not saying they're purposely trying to deceive you, and I'm not referring to anybody specifically, because there's a lot of idiots out there on the internet, and especially YouTube, that are saying that nonsense. People come to me and say, is this true? It's like, no, it's not true. And here's perfect examples where not only is it not true, this full-frame lens and this full-frame lens are far better on a DX crop sensor body than they are on the full-frame camera for which they are capable of being used. Okay, I hope I made that clear. Sorry for the diatribe on the first part there, but that's something that chaps my ass. Thanks. I am supposed to be the angry photographer, right?